Kasapi, kasapi, kasapi. That means I'm going to tell you a story, a creation story from long, long ago. You see, long time ago, no rains fell for many years on the lands of the Sinai's people. The Sinai's people suffered greatly as the land dried up during the drought. With no rain, the plants that fed the animals withered and disappeared from the land, and without food, the wildlife could not live. The plants that fed the people were dying. And soon, the place that all these Sinai's peoples called home would be no longer. So there was an elder who helped organize the tribe. And the elder gathered everyone around the fire and he said, "Listen, all of the wildlife and all of the plants are leaving. We are going to have to leave too." "We don't want to leave," they cried. "We love our home. We've been here forever." And the elder said, "It's too late. We need to go. We need the best gatherers, and we need the best hunters, and we need all the best, strongest, wisest, the most creative to leave so that our wisdom and our heritage and our tribe can exist." The elder felt terrible because he wasn't going to be making the big trek with all of the people. He came to the river to pray and cry and ask for wisdom, just like he always does. Not feeling good about the situation, he realized that he was going to have to stay behind. He was feeling terrible, knowing that all of his family and tribe would be without him, and that some of his tribe would choose to stay with him, which meant that they would die as well. Feeling devastated and lonely, the elder returned to the riverbed, and this time a friend appeared. "Ribbit, ribbit. Dear elder, if you make yourself some pit house underneath the riverbeds, you and your people shall survive." And with that, the elder felt slightly better and began to make his way towards his people, for they would gather once more around the fire. Now that the water was gone and all of the creatures had disappeared, the elder came to his people. "Dear friends and family, I've been down to the river, and it gives me much hope that if we build a pit house underneath the dried riverbed, we might be able to survive." And so the people did just that. They built themselves a pit house underneath the riverbed. The mothers and the aunties and the uncles and some children stayed behind with the elder. And the elder would pass the time in the caves, in the pit house, by sharing chap tickles and creation stories and all sorts to keep everyone going and to pass the time. My, oh my, can you imagine that? Being in such a small space with your aunties and your uncles? And no foot cream? My feet would be terrible. And the poor kids sleeping beside me, I tell ya. It'd be like alligators crawling on ya. So close. Well, they managed to survive, they sure did. But not until all of their food was absolutely gone. They were strongly famished You see, they were in there, and it was going to be a long, long winter. And just when their rations had run out, and all of their fire perhaps had gone out too, something strange happened. The ground started to shake. And out popped a little frog. "Eat us, and you shall survive." And so they ate, and they ate until the winter passed. And then just when they thought maybe something was shifting, out popped another frog. But this time he said, "Ribbit, please don't eat me. It's time. You can go back to the village. The sun is shining, the water's returning. The two-leggeds and the three-leggeds, the four-leggeds are returning." And so with that, the people returned out of the caves. And the sun was shining, and the elder made his way back towards the riverbed again. And when he got to the river, he said, "Thank you, limp, 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 limp." And with that, a frog popped out once more, and this time the frog said, "Even though we are an insignificant breed, we can do big things like provide for you so that your existence survives. And to remind you that little creatures can do big things, I will jump, and I will grow, and I will jump, and I will grow." And he grew, sticking his nose up to the sky for the peak of Frog Mountain. Now, where is my foot cream?